All right, what's going on, everybody? Oh my goodness, we are at day. Oh, let's see. Hasn't been 2 weeks yet. It's been 11 days with using this thing. And yeah, I've been working on dissecting some new secrets and tricks because I've been reading a lot on the Discord about what people have been talking about, what they wish the device did, or and right there I was doing more than 4 parts. I don't know, that's kind of like what I started figuring out. I can do, 6 to 7 parts as I build up, and I can teach everybody. That's going to be part of the secret that I teach today, is how do we do multiple parts in one scene, because I've had people ask that question on Discord and have questions saying, well, I want one scene to have different sounds. Well, that's a secret. That's a trick. We got to figure that one out, right? There's another huge secret that I figured out last night that I didn't realize this, and it took me a second, so hopefully this is going to be something that gives people some more insight, right? So I'm going to go to a new project, empty set, and then I'm going to go in and right? The drums right away is a place where there's like huge secrets, right? Because we can load a drum kit, and I'm going to go to the main part of the kit, and I'm going to load something a little more familiar. Okay. And I know I got a ride cymbal there, right? So which I like having a ride because then I can do verse chorus stuff. Now, these three pads I consider auxiliary, right? And the reason I would say auxiliary is we could take this pad, right? We could go and we can actually load, not a drum, we could go find a sample that we have. Now, user sample, I have a bunch of them, and I'm going to pick a very basic sound, E piano, right? So I think it's a Bavarian scale I'm using. So now I have an electric piano hidden in the drum track, right? Right. And now I'm going to take that crash, get rid of it. I'm going to go and pick, again, a user sample. And this time we're going to put a saw wave, flute ensemble. Now it's monophonic, so another thing that some people might get a little upset about. So if we want to do something there that maybe is a little different, we might want to do like a chord, right? Because then it would be, you know, polyphonic. So that's maybe another trick. Let's see, let's see. There was an ensemble there. That was kind of cool. Oh. We'll do that. We'll do a vibraphone. Sorry. I was going to pick something different, but E piano, string ensemble, vibraphone, right? So now you have three auxiliary sounds hidden in your drum set, right? That don't have to be loaded inside of the synth engine, right? So that to me becomes one of the secrets of like, hey, I want more than 4 sounds. Well, now 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, we got 7 sounds that we could possibly lay into any type of scene that we want to do, right? The next thing I would say is the bottom guy, instead of doing a sound, we would actually do what? We would load a drum set, right? So we would load a template. Well, I'm going to say drums. And I'm going to pick another set. Perfect. Yeah, and there's a cymbal, right? And then I'm going to change this pad again, right? So now I'm going to start lacing this with more than 7 sounds. This is going to be a lot bigger, right? So we're going to say strings from them, this Ableton strings. Oh, wait. Sorry, I just messed that up. I got to remember to do samples, right? The other key to this is do not load a preset. You got to load samples. Sorry, I messed that up. Let me see. I guess I have to load a drum kit and put all my own sounds in. Maybe you got to do it that way on these other ones. Because since it's not considered a drum set, oh my God. See, I learn in front of everybody. This is great. You have to build it here. Or load a preset, I guess. That's crazy. You'd already have to have it made, right? Because they're not allowing you to just load. If you load a drum set and then you go to load something else in there, they don't let you do that. Would they? Let's try it. Hold on a second. I'm curious. Let's try that again. So here, we did a drum kit. All right, but let's do a drum preset. I want like drums, hybrid, sure. And then I don't want what's on that pad, so I'm going to say pad, sample, back, we want user samples, there we go. I must have messed something up or loaded something weird. Okay, so there's a fiddle now, right? So drum track here, multiple sound, you know, so we have sounds hidden everywhere. That's part of the secret, right? Next thing is, all right, I'm going to start working on something, right? And I'm going to say tempo. We've all been talking about a tap tempo either, and there's not one. So we've been kind of wondering where that's going to pop up, right? All right, so I got a tempo, and I got a beat, right? copy them over. And there was nothing in this one. Right. Alright, we're going to try now. Okay, so now, as it stands now, super simple, we're in our second scene, right? I'm going to copy everything over, all right, now, there's a couple things. I can go into this drum set and play another instrument. Gotta watch, because that's only one bar. I gotta make this 4 bars. We're gonna fix this, right? And I still haven't figured out the copy trick on the bars like that, you know? Which I'm sure there has to be one. I tried to duplicate and I always end up just duplicating the clip, you know, like in the scene. Alright, so that's back. Now I'm going to do my secret sound, right? The secret sound is hidden inside of the drum track. Okay, so I hid an electric piano inside of my drum track 1. So I have 4 sounds already playing. Well, a lot more because I put a drum track there, sorry. Right? I put a drum track on 2 tracks. Okay, so I have more than 4 sounds. I have 16 here. I have 16 here. 1 there, 1 there. Okay, so we have 18 possible sounds now inside a move, right? So 18 sounds. They said there's only 4. Well, no, there's 18. Why? Because I hid an electric piano, a flute ensemble, and a vibraphone inside of the drum track. I also hid another drum kit on the 4th track, which is multiple sounds, and I put a fiddle. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to evolve your scenes so that they sound like there's more sounds than just the 4 tracks. And this is what I was talking about being a secret. So I'm going to say play, right? And now I want to play electric piano on this scene, and there's no more tracks. So I go here, which is loaded, right? And from what I heard too, one of these effects is per pad, okay? And I'm not sure if it's the second one or the first one. So you have 1 per pad and you have 1 on a send. So no, that's the whole. I think it's on all the tracks. I know somebody said that they're split up. I don't think they are. But this is a big part of the trick. So I got to show you guys the secret inside of this now is we're going to do a new sound because we have 4 tracks that are playing. Our 5th sound is hidden in the drum track on a pad. And I can play it melodically. 1, 2, 3. So now we have 5 sounds. There's an electric piano hidden on the drum track, right? And when I copy stuff over and I make the new scene, say we want to break without the drums, right? And you're like, well, how do I delete the drums and keep the keyboard that I was playing? Well, you go in, use the X, and pick a pad. Delete. Oh, wait. Sorry. That was wrong. There should be a way to do it. Let me see. You gotta go on the grid. So you go here, pick the drum. You're like, I don't want drums anymore. So the kick disappears. Snare is gonna come away. And I'm gonna get rid of the hi-hats. So you're telling me 5 sounds. I made a breakdown. Now, no drum from this track, right? So there's 5 sounds. We just got rid of the drums. There's drums hidden here too, right? So I want to get rid of that hi-hat as well. Right? We're like, we want a breakdown. I'm sorry, takes me a second. So we just did a breakdown. We have 5 sounds. The hidden sound is up in the drum set. Okay, so that's the big trick. You have to hide sounds. Now, we've got an ensemble hidden here. And in the next break, that's what I want next. I want a flute ensemble. And then on this one, we're going to have everybody come in, right? So the secret is here is the next break. I want the 6th sound. So I'm like here, right, which is the flute. I'm going to go up an octave. And I can adjust this volume. Yeah, right? Now I'm getting ready. 2, 3, and right? And then the next one we can copy over and start our drums again. Right? And we can play them live in, you know? So we're gonna do it. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. There's another huge secret that's like underlying under all of this, right? That like I didn't realize that's hidden inside of here that took me a second. So let's say we're playing with a sound that's supposedly the keys and it has a reverb on it, okay? When these keys play, and I'm going to get rid of that. When this is playing, if I decide to put an effect on the track, on this scene, and as long as I don't change the effect, meaning reverb, and I want to play with delay because there's some fun stuff hidden in the delay. The trick is there are sloppy delay, there's a flanger, there's a chorus, right? So what if on this pad scene I wanted flanger, and then what if on this one I wanted chorus, and then on this one I want delay? Well, if you stay within the delay and you use the presets that are the different sounds, you actually can flip effect presets without changing the effect for different scenes. It's crazy. So on this one, we're going to do delay flanger. So it's a flanger on this pad, right? And then on this one, I'm going to go and say, I don't want a flanger, I want a chorus. Right? And so when I go back to this scene, it should be a scene with flanger, and when I go back to this one, it's chorus. So I just figured that out too, because if you could do different automation per scene, then that means these change on every single scene. And that means your automation is the secret weapon to making each one change, right? Yeah, like a track that could be reactive on another track. That's a good one, Linda's son. Yeah, that's a really good point. Right now what I found is there's a choke group here just like from the drum set, but there's no other way to have things interact. So that's a very good good thing. And I don't know if that's going to happen on the session mode like compression. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, when you're outside in the session mode, there's 2 effects that are global for everything, right? And when you're on a pad, there's 2 for each section that you're within. So kind of keep that in mind too. There's 2 on both, right? The other kind of secret that I've been kind of working on as far as like the sound swapping thing was like, of course, on here, sometimes I just load 16 different sounds and swap them out and make all kinds of different changes and stuff like that. That's sometimes becoming the key to the 4th channel, is that it's actually 16 sounds on the 4th channel. You know, I don't know. These are different ways of kind of like looking at dividing up the move, right? That's awesome. Rez, yes, exactly. Yeah, okay. Good call. So Rez just was kind of talking about like, what if I was on a blank set, right? And I loaded like my own drum pad here, right? So I'm going to say drums, like you're asking. Yep, good question. I love this. And I'm going to say templates. I'm going to say drum kit. And the question was, well, what if I loaded the same sound? Could I make chords? And you can do it multiple ways, Rez. This is going to be crazy. Check this out. Like if I was like sample E piano, and I do another one here, right? Same thing like you said, but I can actually tune them to do the chords, so I don't even have to go over here, right? Yeah, get ready. We're going to do our next note in the scale here. Good call, Rez. Yeah, and I love that because, yeah, this is getting kind of smart when you start thinking about, like, can I be... Seeing how they decay, so it gets a little loud. You might have to kind of turn down, the actual samples volume. Because it's... Yeah, and the overall track volume's here. So you could... There we go. Yeah, so you see... And then if I go here and I do the next one, user sample, electric piano. Wait a second, and Rez, you're making me think, buddy. Check this out. You want to see something crazy? What if I did copy? Wait. Can I paste it? No, I can't. Oh, I tried. I tried copy and paste in a pad. Did you see that? Didn't work. I'm trying stuff. But yeah, you know, like here's our chord that we're building. So, sounds awesome, right? What if we put like delay on that track? Excuse me, or reverb. And then I'm gonna load another one. Ow. Sorry, I'm coughing, guys. Still getting over being sick. But yeah, this is us making a chord on a drum track, right? Because you could have multiple chords here, can't we? Watch, I'll show you what I mean. Right? So there's like the chord we're playing, and then on this pad, guess what? It could just be another sound. You know, you can start making another chord out of another group of sounds, right? The same sound like 3 times. Like what if we did flute ensemble, and then on this pad, what if I did the same thing, flute ensemble at a different pitch? We're just making a chord, as Rez was telling us to do. Oh, it sounds kind of like really neat too, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Rez, you're right. You could build chords because we can put different sound, well, the same sound. And say I wanted to make a block of chords out of these 4. I'm going to turn these 4 into a block of chords with flute ensemble. And what if we're recording? So yeah, Rez, you're right. You could do that totally. Remembering, you got to find out what key you're really in. We're probably just in C, not to scare you guys. Everything I lay down in there becomes C. Yeah. We're not Phrygian dominant. So that's us doing chords with the pads, right? So yeah, you could do that. So very good call, Rez. Yeah, so that was us building chords and stuff like that on the drum pads. Even though they're not polyphonic, you would pick the notes specifically and build your chords accordingly, right? You could do the whole scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can do the whole scale, but I think purposely doing chords, a lot of us in the techno world, we just want to make the chord that we want easy, like go chord, right? So yeah, you could do that, Rez. Good call. Good call. And again, remember what I was telling you guys, per scene, changing the effects wildly is the next trick that I was kind of doing that makes things sound like insane. So like if you're on a track and let's say you decide to do like basic, and then right now drums are pretty cranked, right? Alright, so right now that's just on the scene, right? So if I'm copying over, so if I'm like, when we go here, what if we change the saturator? Alright, so now when I go back to this one, watch how this. I know these are terrible examples, but they show you that per pad, if you do crazy different effects, you're going to really have vastly different scenes, right? Because that seems to be the thing people are really asking. Yeah, so far the pads feel great. The other thing I heard someone tell online was that there was going to be more things added to the things that are not underneath the surface. And what I can tell you for sure is actually here there are hidden things already here. Do you see these? And there's another one here when you're inside of Ableton as a controller. So there actually are hidden lights here that pop up as you're using it in control mode. As for this light and these two lights, I don't know. I think there may be things that come. So when someone's saying to me, hey, what do you think is going to happen in the next update? I bet you here and here becomes something that we haven't seen yet, right? And the other thing that we're all kind of like hoping for is tap tempo, which I don't know if like if you hold shift and then like just tap here was what I was thinking, but metronome on off, if you tempo on or no tempo, like it there is we haven't found a tap tempo yet. So those are kind of my notes so far. I would encourage everyone to go through the manual and keep kind of reading because that just seems to be where a lot of the answers kind of are lying, right? Well, thanks for tuning in. I got to get ready to go to work, and I'm just happy that people are learning and getting information off the channel. If you want to learn more about the drum pad rack or the drums and then making chords, just remember, put the same sample on each one, pick the chord you want, same sample group. I built an electric piano group here that has a couple chords on a monophonic track, and then I did a flute ensemble so you can build, it kind of sounds like Mellotronish, I would say, because it is just like the sample player. But yeah, super cool stuff. You could save that as a preset, and the trick now, if I wanted to save this as a preset, is push down on the button, hold shift, you'll see options, save preset. So yeah, I just save that as a preset. So save your presets, use Move Manager to bring everything over. I want everybody to enjoy your weekend, and thanks for checking out the tips and secrets for Ableton Move. Enjoy the day.